Welcome, everyone. I'm excited to be here with you. We're here to talk about macroeconomics. At the end of this talk, my hope is that you'll have a greater love for the economy. My name is Bruce Kerber. I'm the author and originator of the Divine Economy Models and the Divine Economy Theory. I'm an economist in the classical liberalism tradition. Today, we're going to consider the following statement on a screen share. In an unhampered economy, time preference is a major determinant of the supply of loanable funds, and the demand for these loanable funds by entrepreneurs represents the demand side. Today's example is about assessing the availability of funds. Raphael is a market explorer, always chasing signals, following trails, and seeking the hidden springs of capital. For the past decade, he's navigated the shifting landscape of entrepreneurship like an adventurer on a quest. Early on, he was testing the waters with bold ventures of his own. Every launch, whether a success or a flop, was part of the journey. But one force always pulled him forward. Where is the capital flowing and why? Over time, he began to see a pattern. The availability of funds wasn't random. It danced to the rhythm of time preference. When people saved, they deferred consumption, making more funds available for investment. When confidence was high and the future seemed bright, savings grew, and Raphael could feel the pulse of the market quicken. But he's not just adventuring for himself anymore. Today, he helps other entrepreneurs read the terrain, translating human hopes and choices into real-world capital. He connects dreams to resources. His compass, the delicate balance between present needs and future goals. Yet the trail's not always clear. In an unhampered economy, the signals are sharp. But when interventions fog the landscape, distorting interest rates and crowding out real preferences, Raphael has to rely even more on instinct and grit. Still, the thrill remains, because this isn't just economics, it's a grand human adventure. And Raphael, he's right there in it, helping others find their footing and blaze their own trail into the future. In an unhampered economy, time preference is a major determinant of the supply of loanable funds, and the demand for these loanable funds by entrepreneurs represents the demand side. Does the supply of loanable funds matter? In the heart of a resilient village, nestled between hills and hardship, Juru moves with quiet determination. She is not a warrior in the usual sense, but her battlefield is the economy, and her mission is clear: protect the flow of capital and nurture the sparks of enterprise, especially among women. In this land, political storms rage often. Officials swoop in, confiscating what they can, distorting incentives, and draining hope. But the villagers have learned to read the signs, and none more so than Juru. She watches carefully for the subtle shifts in time preference, the telltale signs of when people feel safe enough to save or too uncertain to plan beyond tomorrow. She knows that savings are more than numbers. They are lifelines. When women in the village dream of opening bakeries, weaving cooperatives, or seed exchanges, Juru steps in with wisdom and courage. She helps organize hidden savings circles, protects assets from political reach, and matches entrepreneurs with the scarce but precious pool of loanable funds. Each success story is a new beacon, a bakery that grows, a garden that thrives, a loan repaid and ready to fund another dream. Juru's work is slow, careful, often hidden, but powerful. In a world where intervention threatens to choke off opportunity, she charts a path of self-reliance, trust, and renewal. Her adventure isn't just about markets, it's about defending hope. And in that, Juru is nothing short of heroic. What can we learn from this life lesson? In the realm of economic exploration, the greatest truths are often buried beneath layers of neglect or worse, intentional distortion. For the curious adventurer like you, there's a trail few dare to follow. It begins with something familiar, supply and demand. The twin forces celebrated as the foundation of price in every economics textbook. But strangely, as soon as the conversation turns to interest rates, that foundation vanishes. The map is torn, the trail erased. Why? Because acknowledging the market interest rate as a price would reveal something too bold for state-run education to admit. It is shaped by the supply of loanable funds, savings, and the demand for them, entrepreneurial ventures. It would expose the delicate voluntary dance between those who delay consumption and those who take risks to build the future. Instead, government-funded education steers the ship away from this truth, pushing a narrative that mistrusts capitalism and buries the elegance of real market signals. It's no accident. It is design. And that's where your adventure begins. The quest is simple but daring. Seek the truth outside the official scripts. Find the schools of thought that teach economics as a living human process. Listen for ideas that respect voluntary exchange, entrepreneurial courage, and the true nature of prices. The real treasure? A deep understanding of how markets truly work, especially the heartbeat of them all, the market interest rate. So gear up, question boldly, and chart your own path through the fog of official dogma toward the clarity of economic truth. I hope that you'll subscribe to this YouTube channel. I'll see you next time.